Hey everyone, I'm Michael from DappRadar, and DappRadar is the biggest platform for dapps. We have thousands of dapps showing up there where people can find information about how much volume dapps have, how many users are using the dapp, and much more information in order to make a decision to use the dapp or to invest in the dapp. I think cryptocurrency is here to stay and is the future. I think the biggest change to humanity and benefit to humanity will be when governments adopt the idea. And I think that will take a bit of time for bigger governments, and smaller ones will jump on it faster, because the reality is that blockchain brings ownership of your own assets. And ownership of your own assets has to be somehow allowed by the government, right? So once the government allow that, and there are jurisdictions where that's possible, you can do things that's called tokenization, where you can basically split up a real life asset into smaller pieces, like for example ownership of land or ownership of houses and expensive cars and so on, and we can collectively own these things. And that's exactly the benefit of the blockchain. You can own your money, you can own your assets, and you can sell them in a transparent and standardized way. Yeah, I think that regulations are important, right? So we cannot kid ourselves saying that we will basically do anarchy and we're completely dissolving the state and so on, because if you think about it a bit more, we do need the protection of the state in which we live in, and regulation will keep up and will improve more and more. For example, Europe is making a great step forward with the MiCA regulation and others. And once these big nations adopt cryptocurrency or blockchain as a technology, then stuff like this can happen. For example, you can create a business with a smart contract on the blockchain that's, let's say the European Commission is planning to launch, they want to launch a blockchain. You can launch your business on that blockchain with a smart contract that is basically describing who is the shareholder of your business and how much percentage they hold and so on. And the smart contract makes the revenues, right? And then you can pay automatic taxes and stuff. So this is the future, right? It just takes a bit of time to get there for everyone to be on board. But if Europe can make it happen, and tomorrow at my panel speech here in this event I will talk about it, then I think other nations and countries will adopt this idea. I mean, of course, they have to go to DappRadar.com and check out the projects. But I think that that simply, if you wanna invest in a project that you care about, you like, because you think they're doing the right thing, in general, you should do it. And it doesn't matter if it's a coin or if it's a stock on the stock market. It's the same idea, right? You own part of it. So now on the blockchain, when you buy a coin, you also own part of this business by holding the amount of coin you hold. The only difference is that you didn't have to wait for the business to do IPO in order to own part of it, right? Now you can own it from the start, which makes a bit more risky. So take care what you're doing with your money. But I think only invest in stuff that you really like. Don't buy just because you want to make money. That's not a good idea. Buy because you like the project, you like the team, you did your research. And with more power comes more responsibility, okay? You can now buy ownership of any business that has a coin, but that's also in your responsibility now to do your research and to make sure you're buying only the stuff that actually makes sense. That's my advice, okay?